we grew up in the Bronx, so there wasn't a lot of opportunity for different things to do. And a lot of kids my age that get involved with gangs, and there was like where I lived, it was on Fish Street right off of Gun Hill Road, and there was a lot of crime and not a great area. And I didn't come from a rich family, I come from a poor family. So what is the opportunity for me to do? And my grandfather said, if you do this, this is good because this will help your character. His knowledge of what Chinese martial arts was really about was enough to understand that if you're involved in this, it'll be a good thing for you. My grandfather's traditional Chinese. He was like everything China. Matter of fact, he was like, one time I came home with a Japanese girlfriend, and he's like, no, no Japanese girlfriend. Then I wanted to do Japanese martial arts. He said, no, you do Chinese martial arts. I went into the military right after high school because my grandfather died right after I graduated. And I survived. That was during Vietnam War. So when I survived, I came back to America, and I said, you know what, I want to go back and see my friends I went to high school with. And I had 3 friends. So my first friend, he was an all-star football player, super athlete, big, strong guy. They found him dead in a halfway house with a needle stuck in his arm. So I went to see my other friend. He was valedictorian, class 5, very smart. He was in jail already. He was a member of a Fortune 500 company. They caught him for embezzlement. My third friend was a very good musician. He got scholarships to go to CW Post for music. When I knock on his door, his wife let me in. I come in. He cannot get out of his seat because he is so big. He's gained so much weight, and it's affecting his health and his legs. So I sat down and I thought to myself, what's so special about me? Why, I survived, why I didn't die when I was in the war? It was because when I was a little boy, my grandfather said, you're going to do martial arts. This is your Sifu. You listen to him. You understand our culture and you live your life this way. Not the way you see outside, not you see in the streets, but you follow this path. And that always stayed with me. Many, many years ago, down on 34th Street, there used to be a lot of movie theaters for just Saturday matinee kung fu movies, low budget Hong Kong movies, but then you see Bruce Lee's movies. You're like, oh wow, I want to do that. I trained with his best friend and #1 student, Dan Inosanto. Once I met him and experienced Bruce Lee's styles, in Cantonese they say Jeet Kune Do, and I never wanted to do the other different martial arts. Although I appreciated them, I didn't understand it until I really studied his. In Jeet Kune Do, we have to study many martial arts, and you learn to appreciate each one has something of value to offer. And for me personally, Chinese martial arts, because they are the oldest and more diversity than any other culture, they have a sophistication that a lot of martial arts don't have. Do you have to study the culture? Yes, but you have to go deeper than just superficial. You can't just, say, oh, I've been to China and I walked around and I saw some sights and so I understand the culture. There's no way. I'm a member of the Tsinghua Athletic Association in Foshan. So it gives me great opportunity to meet a lot of the martial arts instructors in the different areas and exchange techniques with them, train with them. When I am there, I'm able to enjoy their way of doing it and learn more information. And then of course, if you know the cities and the surroundings and you get a chance to see it and the food and the culture, it's very enjoyable. So I go and eat in their homes with their families, and they always want me to stay at their home. And I'm like, oh, I know, I stay at a hotel. It's maybe a bit more comfortable. No, 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 you have to stay here. We have a room for you, no problem. I want you to stay and feed me 50 times a day. You know, it's, first thing you come into a home is like, did you eat? And you say yes, and then it's okay, we'll give you food anyway. And so every time I've gone, it's always been like I'm with family. Martial artists, we always treat each other like family. That's part of the martial arts culture as well. Chinese martial arts is really about the individual and keeping a part of the philosophy from which it was founded. When you take the philosophy out of martial arts, all you have left is the fighting. And that's not important because you can go to the jail and there's a lot of guys in there that can fight. Terrible character. So it doesn't require anything special. It doesn't make you special or unique. The martial arts is not about me, it's about us and how you can help others. What part of your life is going to be remembered? What you did for yourself or what you did for other people? Doing martial arts in general, it gives you a different type of outlook on life and a better understanding of people and how to deal and interact with human beings, because the whole life is really about how you interact with people, because we don't live out in the woods.